Hey, what's going on, guys? So, a lot of us feel very discouraged, very beaten up many days. And if you're like me, I have some of those days myself. And the first thing I do is just really go to the Lord in prayer. And I've just been very encouraged by the story of David. And I've been reading the Old Testament, and David just is a man who persevered through so many trials and so many people that came against him, with Saul, with Absalom, and so many people, thousands of people, right? And I just want to read Psalm 3 because it reminds me of what the Lord does, what he does to his people, those that abide in him, that go to him, because you can be in distress, you can feel beaten down, you can feel like the devil is against you, and he is, and he will do everything he can to discourage you. But Psalm 3 reminds me that, the Lord is with me. And so I want to read this passage. It's titled in the New King James, "The Lord Protects His People." But it says, "Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many there be which say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter of mine head. I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. I will not be afraid of tens of thousands of people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people." And I was just very encouraged because I feel like oftentimes we look at our life and we look at such a small point in our life. We look at a day, we look at an hour, we look at some suffering, some, situation, and we feel like maybe the Lord has forgotten us. Maybe there is no hope. Maybe that something is off. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe it's punishment, or maybe it's something, and who knows, right? And we don't have all the answers for everything. But one thing I do know is that, as this passage is saying, the Lord does lift up my head. The Lord does sustain me. The Lord does save me. The Lord delivers me from ungodly people, and he promises to protect his people. And no matter what we're going through, however many times we feel beaten down, the only thing we can do is really go back to the Lord, and he will sustain us. He will walk us through those valleys, and that's all we can do. We don't want to go to our flesh. We don't want to go to our frustrations, let out our anger. We don't want to, succumb to temptations that the devil really wants us to fall into. And so I want to encourage you guys, because many people have been responding, in your life. And again, it's a point of falling down and getting up, but many people have responded, in discouragement and anger, and just have turned away from the Lord, and have lost hope. And some at worst have begun to doubt the existence of God, right? And so I want to encourage you guys, because the Lord is there. He is protecting his people. He's always going to be for us, and he's never going to forsake us. And so there are times, right? There are times where we are being trained, we're being tested, and there are times where the Lord is really wanting us to pray this kind of prayer that David had, who persevered so hard to put God first. And he was a man after God's own heart, right? So I want to encourage you guys with that, because the Lord will save you. He will save his people, and he will in due time deliver whatever it is in your individual circumstance or situation that you're going through. He's going to be there for you. And so I want to encourage you guys with that. Don't be discouraged. Just continue praying and abiding in him and seeking him with all your heart, and all will be well with you despite what goes on around you. And so God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.